Hi, we've made 2 or 3 videos over the last year over one aspect of sticking and striking and grappling stuff, right? There's really 3 aspects of it. And if we think there are gates, right? We have a wrist gate, elbow gate, and shoulder gate. And I'm going to try to put this together. So if you think about this, this is a way to work on our reaction skills and footwork and attachments and hand exchanges and getting our feet in the right position for trips or our body in the right position to do body throws, etc. Right? At the same time, it helps us with destabilizing. All of these are attributes. If you can see this board, and the point behind this is this is our way of doing, we'll say, a version of push hands, right? Or like sticking hands, or a version of grappling itself, right? So we kind of tie these attributes together and make something. So if you think like this, you could do this at really any age. You could do this in your teens all the way. Got a man in his 70s that I'm working on this stuff at least once a week. It's a good way to, again, develop your reaction skills and how to apply the movements and stuff like that, not just in a prearranged way, right? And at the same time, it provides us with a little safety, right? I can train these things, and I can increase the speed or the amount of force or strength or power I'm using, and fade it in and out depending on the person and their needs. And we're not going to do these today with any throws. We're just going to look at the ranges and how to kind of tie it together or separate them out. So we have done this one quite a bit. You've seen several videos with this, and this is the end result, right? We'll say this is shoulder gate. What do I mean by that? I'm getting under. See, I'm under his arm, or I'm over his arm. But look, I'm past his elbow, and I'm definitely past his wrist. Or I'm here trying to control his waist or his head. So most of these end up becoming body throws because I have some connection to the whole of him, not just his arm, or you could say his bridge, and trying to execute just out here, but I've got a hold of the whole of him. The initial one, this is from here. And look, my hand is just like this. Just like if you were moving through your Tai Chi and you're going to do like a ward off, right? Very similar. You could say it's from a bunch of different things too. Look, I'm just making this attachment with his bridge. From here, I'll work and execute other moves. The middle, or the elbow gate, I'm going to control his elbow and have my hand here. And he's going to do the same thing, right? In this regard. Now, I could do this as a grab or have my hand here. I can switch to the outside. He can come underneath and wipe off, change it, put me on his outside, right? I can do the same to him. I can change back. I can be over here. But it's mainly more very similar to doing arm drags and things that you would do, like pushes and pulls, expansion movements. So we're going to tie it all together now. So if you think out here, we have kicking and striking range. Whether that be, whatever you focus on. I focus on short range because my objective is to get an attachment to be able to fight on your inside or to trip you or to throw you. So, but you can do this as easily with long range striking and kicking to get the attachment, this initial attachment. If not, short range, same thing. I'm out here, kicks and punches. And if I can get this, then I'm going to try to seize it. And then from here, I will start working, trying to work strikes, and we'll say pushes, pulls, destabilizing techniques, all of that type of stuff. So let's look at this one first. So here, if you think of them, there are 3 different pieces. Try to work all 3 of them separately, and then try to put them together, right? Try your best not to lean into the dude. Like if you're here and you start getting in there, don't get like this, right? Don't let your body go over your feet. Move with your center. So if I want to push into him, I'm going to do it from here. I'm moving from here. I don't want to do this, because all Jonathan has to do is roll out. I'll fall, or I will break my own self. If I'm doing it and I'm moving from here, right, if he rolls out on me, I can still maintain with it. So with this range, we're focused on grabbing or seizing, pulling, pushing, striking, elbows. We can use knees, and try to avoid kicking. Knees are good, or you can do inside kicks like these, shin kicks, low foot kicks, that kind of stuff like that. You want to maximize the amount of techniques that you could use. Techniques is probably a bad word. Should be tools. So again, I'm in here, and whether I come to striking, work the moves, like say Jonathan just goes at me, right? He starts trying to work the moves. And look, I don't want to, like, maybe, like you can please, I don't want to do this stuff. I see a lot of people that you like Wing Chun's, Chiao, and they'll do this. Don't do that. When you're moving in on you, do your best to try to cut angles and sides. Don't move backwards. All he's got to do is charge in on you, right? I'm doing this with him, and he starts moving backwards. Just take advantage of it, right? By coming on, he wants to go to the side by either cutting in or rolling out, right? So look, if I go to attack him here, see, he cut in. Now, if we're here and I'm making a very forceful forward attack, and he could go this way, but he could easily turn out and go with me, right? So as I attack in, he moves out. You don't have to take that second step, right? So look, he's here. All he's got to do is move. Take your step back. That's foot's going to go back. Yes. Me moving, all he got to do is roll out, and he'll still get my flank. You really want to train and drill those two things, right? So I'm here, and he cuts in. Inside. Yep. Step in. Yeah, there you go. He's either going to step in, or he's going to step and roll out. Again. If you just, those two pieces are really important. You get into an altercation with somebody, he goes to hit me, and I don't want to deal with this guy straightforward. Maybe if he's your size or something, right? He's got the same reach that you have, right? Great. You know, I can go up his front side. But if he's more skillful than you, you don't know his capacity level, he's 3 inches taller than you and 4 inches more of a reach, you don't know anything about him, in an altercation situation, in a street situation, you don't want to do that. You take the flank, so you take away from him. Attacking over here is much safer, and train this, right? But again, either if he attacks, I'm either going to move in, or if he really pushes hard in on me, I'm just going to step, and I'll take this side again, right? You can do this pattern different ways, but from here, just 2 or 3 rolls, right? But I see too many people doing stuff similar to this, and they're leaning like this, right? Or I've seen stuff where there's this stuff. You know, he's like this with a guy, he's leaning into him, and then pushes the guy, and then he does it again. Oh, that's stupid. I see a bunch of videos like that. It doesn't do anything to impress people. It looks dumb. You know, I mean, all this guy's got to do is just attach to you as you're leaning and pushing into him and just roll you out. Don't do that like that. It's not good. It's not good practice. Lead from here. If I can do everything from here, that's great. But as soon as I start doing this stuff, I'm using my weight in a totally different way than what really going to benefit me. I want to maintain my mobility, right? It's like if I shift all this weight out and he changes, like say he goes to this side. Well, I'm going to have to shift to recover myself to try to do something over here, or I'm going to have to take some kind of big step away or what have you. I want to keep me upright. It's the same thing, let's say with other things like Tai Chi, right? I don't want to lean out past my body. I want to be over me like this. I'm very stable here. This isn't though. My waist is broken over my foot. I wouldn't have much disability to be bad on my back. This is not. So, and it doesn't really matter the patterns that you're using, right? And then look, it's easy to break into these other ranges, but if you don't practice with the idea to grapple with them, you're not going to get any weight out of it. Pick something you want to practice and work on. Like me right now, I'm working my elbows. I'm not trying to smash him. I can judge the distance. I don't like to grab as much, but then kind of holding him, I'm trying to control him. A big guy, you're never going to be able to do that. Think more, keep the glue to him, right? Say we're here, and it's more than my hand is just on him. If he tries to move it forward or back, I can still work with it. Let's go to the second section, right? So I've got one hand on his elbow, one hand on his wrist. And again, I can either try to grab this or just stay attached to it. And look, I can go inside, I can move to the outside. I can try my best to switch on him and go to the other side. It's easy enough to try to pull the arms through. Just think, if you were trying to grapple with somebody or wrestle with them, so when you see people doing this, aspects of this, I'm not trying to work it like that. I don't want to be stationary. I want to be able to move with this, right? I get his arm, he's either going to try to get me or attach to it, and I just try to work my moves. It's important to be able to get this control for a lot of non-body throws, and it leads me into being able to get body throws. So, pattern-wise, instead of just doing this, turn it into something useful. Not just going to sit here and wait to push or pull. Big thing, just relax. That's your external. Well, you're going to fight somebody, it's going to be that way. It's more getting those positions. The shoulder thing again, we showed this a few times, but look, I'm all the way in now. I'm going to use the edge of my forearm into the crook of his arm, right? He's trying to get inside, and I try to force this free. Now, you can come over the top, underneath, around the head, under the arm, over the arm, around the waist. The flow is just here. I'm always trying to catch him though. See, we do it this way. I'm always trying to get a hold of something. The more I practice my grips, the better. So I've got 4 primary grips: head, waist, over and under the arm, and 5 legs. This way, driving up. So, driving up with both legs. Using one leg like this, I'll push the heel down. Stepping all the way out to trip him. Kicking back to lifting or lifting up. So, 4 grips, 5 legs. Out here again, in this range, I want to try to utilize my kicking as regards to the trips, right? This kind of kicking, right? Or this kind of kicking. This should be very fluid. In the beginning it won't be, but just like over here, and look, there's my outer leg hook, right? Or I'm here, and then here, look, there's my twist and spring. Or I'm here, and then whoop, there's my horizontal throw. Or I'm here with a guy, it's cracking, right? Or we're here, push, pull, knee seizing. You can, all your pieces, your non-body throws from this control. So all right there. The secondary, or the third part, the shoulder gate, again, wrist, waist, head, over and under the arm, and the 5 legs. Out here, I'm more concerned about getting this grip and or striking, pushing, pulling, destabilizing. And over here. I'm more focused on these spots, right? I can circumvent one or the other. Right? And you can try to, it's like he's like this, right? And I'm out here, and I want to get a hold of this guy. And I have to have something here. If I don't, and I just do something like this, and I go here. You need the entering and attachment to execute the throws and to be able to destabilize or break the person down. You have to have this connection. These 3 aspects help you to develop that, okay? And I've just repurposed these concepts into something that I feel is useful for somebody that goes from kicking and striking range to getting some form of an attachment to be able to, again, do trips and throws and takedowns and strikes and all of the other stuff. But I've got to work these positions, right? So again here, primarily it's just this, right? It's crossing itself. You can go inside too. You come, I can come here, here. It doesn't really matter that much, right? You see what I'm doing? I'm just flowing with the pieces. If I can put him in a position where it's hard for him, it is, you know, whatever. But again, out here, I gotta maybe potentially stun him a couple of times, right? You've been trying to kick and strike, you maybe hit him, but you just don't have that. You still don't have the fish on the hook, right? But here, look, maybe I strike him, right? Then I go for my move. I need to come out, get a hold, get an attachment, try to get control, and then follow through with the execution. So again, I can go this way, I can go underneath, keep going, please. Look. It doesn't matter if his pattern is fluid, as yours, or whatever, that's even better, right? I'd rather him have a broken rhythm, or maybe not that suitable, and makes me have to work harder, work his timing patterns. And then just start mixing another step in, right? Start breaking down, try to go for controls, strikes. Again, flow right back into the elbow. And look, this pattern here. Look, it's this, right? We're doing this, but look, if he pushes forward, take it away from him. Look, control his arm. He can push forward if he wants. I'm not gonna play this game. Push, you know, but he won. Oh, I won that part. That doesn't do anything. If I can't put him on the ground or neutralize him, then I don't really feel that it's that useful. This is super beginner basic. Now you may become a master at moving push hands, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to take that and turn it into fundamental fighting application. So he goes to the punch, right? I got this attachment. It's the same thing. He goes to pull it away, use it, or change it, or come here, or twist and spring, or cracking. You know, whatever the piece is. You've got to say to yourself, that's what I'm going to practice today. I said this in a video last year. I said, a lot of people can do single throws. Not as many people can do combination throws. The problem is, it's not that they don't have the capacity. It's that they don't practice combination throws. If you want to get good at combination throws, you can't go, well, I'm good at singles and that makes me good at doubles. No, you've got to practice that type of coordination. And the same thing with this. If I was here and I started striking the guy, right, and I was able to get this control, the next thing is I'm going to try to trip him, right? I'm going to try to do some trick, some destabilizing movement, right? It doesn't matter. I come here, and again, he's trying to get me. He's trying to control my arm. That's fine. He gets me, or I get him. But this common thing to do in grappling right here is really, in my opinion, what this is. Instead of just doing this, this is really this, to me. Get it? And then again, back in here. Can you do strikes and stuff here? Of course. And I recommend it. You strike it, knee strike it. Right? That's what's going to happen on the street. They're not going to just all of a sudden want to just wrestle you.